Hello everyone, today is Thursday, January 7th, around midday. I'm going to take a look at Macys today just because yesterday they were released some guidance actually whining about the weather and making excuses for what happened. But you can see really what happened to the stock. A high flyer throughout the cyclical bull market, peaked last year, some say bubbly peaked, and just collapsed in short order. I have the trend line drawn from here, from 2011. That's a pretty important market low in general for the broad market, and I'm going to show you why. Oops, I have erred in my trend line construction. There we go. I want to show you why I drew it from here, from this point, instead of the actual lows down in 2008, 2009. And this is the reason right here. When you have these long-term charts and you look at the log scale, this line, actually I should have left it where it was. This line describes the trend better than any line from down here would have. So that line would have just sliced through the middle of the price action. So that's how I put a check on what I'm doing on these long-term charts. So anyway, we're going to use a little technician's license in this area and ignore the violation of the line, because it really doesn't matter. The whole point is that it was rising and it just collapsed late last year, or middle of last year. So now we're going to take a look at the daily chart. We're going to come in a little bit. There are the lines. Oops, this was the support from the 2007 high. That's why it's important. You can see it resisted the advance here and provided support after the breakout there. So that's why that line is there. Here we have the decline in short-term format, and you can see it is just kind of nasty. Let's put some studies on this thing. Just anything, any momentum study, doesn't matter. Whatever you're used to. I'm using the default 14 on this, doesn't matter. The point is that we have a low here, slightly higher, about the same, and a higher again. So this is what I would really give this a bullish divergence type of look right in there. And we have a lower low in price, higher low in the indicator. It looks like there's possibility of a turn here. Now in the weekly format, I'm sorry to jump around like that. The weekly format, you can see it is, forget the line, but it is oversold in the weekly format. And it hasn't been that oversold throughout this entire chart, and this is going back over a decade. So this is a pretty important area for Macys in terms of momentum. Back to the daily format. So the question is, did this thing bottom? Is this a good place to look for a bottom? Well, the first thing you have to do is draw a trend line from the peak. And the answer is, well, still officially in a declining trend. That's the most important thing you can take away from this chart. Now the possibilities for a bottom are in, but in terms of buying it and having yourself a bullish stock, not yet, not so fast. And if it does rally, look what's looming overhead here as resistance, the old support line. And this is also the bottom of the gap seen last year. So there's a lot of reasons why, what's this, around 42, 60, 69. There's plenty of reasons why that's going to be a pretty tough ceiling. And just one more indicator. Let's throw on unbalanced volume, because I like to look at something different other than momentum. And where did I put it? There it is. And here with unbalanced volume, well, it's been a couple of good days here, but even the trend in unbalanced volume just has not broken to the upside. So the trend in unbalanced volume is still down. So there's a lot of potential in Macys, but you don't have your buy signal just yet.